Hey team, Alicia Conlin-Hurd here, co-founder of Persuasion Experience and the PX Funnel System. And today I'm going to teach you actually how to make your funnel convert, because making a high converting funnel is just like making an amazing meal. It's good if you have the recipe, which is basically your funnel map, but without the execution and the high quality ingredients, you're probably gonna have a bit of a flop. So that's what we're gonna be going over today, teaching you how to actually make high converting assets that sit within your funnel. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so in this video today, I'm gonna walk you through what actually makes a funnel convert. It's all well and good to have a fancy funnel map, but if you don't understand how to make each of the elements within that funnel map actually work and turn into that cohesive piece, it doesn't matter. What you need to know about getting people trapped, in a good way, in your funnel web with lead magnets, how you can win the war for attention with a golden Hippo offer, and what you need to know about getting money on autopilot in your funnel. As a reminder, this is the PX funnel system that we have built and created at Persuasion Experience after doing over 450 different funnels and campaigns and landing pages and offers in the market for many, many years across a lot of different niches. Everything from emergency plumbers and home builders and finance and those more traditional things, all the way up to the other end of the spectrum with Brazilian butt lifts and porn addiction counselors. So we've seen a lot, we've tested a lot, and a lot of these systems is that learnings all distilled into this one easy system. And honestly, it doesn't really matter which industry or what you're trying to achieve. A lot of the principles that we talk about are for whether you're trying to do lead gen, like a wave flyer, whether you're trying to generate users, like Linktree, whether this is for e-commerce, like a squash or an Oodie, or whether you're trying to sell courses or information online, like Founder. So one of the first things for you to think about in your funnel is your lead magnet. So basically the lead magnet sits at the top of your funnel and brings people in. A funnel is literally like a funnel, and there's the top of the funnel. You might hear it referred to as tofu, top of funnel. And this is a top of funnel asset that drives people and brings them into your funnel. It's often the first thing that they're going to see, the first interaction they're going to have with your funnel and with your brand. And that is going to be driving them in so that the rest of the funnel can do some of the heavy lifting. Basically, a lead magnet is typically an exchange of information, an exchange of value. So you as the business, you will give a lead magnet, a case study, whatever is the lead magnet. And in exchange, me as the prospect, as the consumer, I'll give you my email and or email address or my phone number. And that's that information exchange. So when we're thinking about a lead magnet, because it's all the way at the top of the funnel, we want to think about what is the target market's burning question. What's that number one burning question on their mind? And how can you tap into the conversation that's already happening in their brain? So a lot of people have like this curse of knowledge and they know what the target market needs to hear, but try and think about what do they want to hear? What are they thinking about right now? How do they phrase their problem? And that's how you can enter that conversation with them with a lead magnet. So you want to think about where you can meet them where they are in their awareness journey. And if you want to learn a bit more about that, you can check out last week's video to find out about that 5 stages of awareness. But people move through different stages of awareness and the funnel helps them to move through that. So you need to identify where they are as a starting point and that conversation that you're going to enter with them. And then you can think about how can you get them a quick win? What's going to be exciting for them to see when they're scrolling through Facebook, when they're seeing a video ad on YouTube, when they're searching on Google or any of these other things? What is going to get them excited? Can you create a lead magnet that's going to help them to get a quick win? And remember, a lead magnet does not equal ebook. I think a lot of people think that when they make a lead magnet, they need to make an ebook, and it works in a lot of industries still, but it has still been done to death. So for example, I had an engagement ring client once upon a time, and they wanted more leads to get engagement rings. So as a lead magnet, we did a quiz. And so when it comes to rings, there's something called the 4 C's, like your clarity and your color and your blah and your blah and your blah. And then we had this really nice quiz that they could touch, like just select the answers and go through and move through. And it was like how to find the perfect engagement ring for your partner. Then they moved through it. And then eventually it spat out the answer and it was like, hey, you want help finding this? sign up for a free consultation. Yeah. And that's how a lead magnet can work. It doesn't have to be an ebook. You just want to think about what's going to be the most valuable piece of content, information, and how your target market wants to interact with it. So another thing to just note is that a bit of a conversation going around of gated, which means that people have to fill in their information, versus ungated. And we're running a lot of tests with our clients at the moment where we have gated content like an ebook, give us your details, download the ebook, you're in the funnel, versus ungated content. So the ebook might be free, or there might be a free video, or there might be an advertorial, all of these different things, or case studies. So that is something to test as well, is this gated versus ungated, and it does depend on your industry and your target market and the sophistication of your target market as well. Next, my personal favorite, is the offer page. So that is moving a step down. So in a typical funnel, you might have it that they download the opt-in and then they land on this. And you can use this like a thank you page. So a certain percentage of your target market or your leads now are going to be hyperactive, which means that they do need what you offer straight away. And if they don't sign in for this, you can see here in the funnel where if they download but don't opt in, they'll be nurtured by emails, which we're going to go into a little bit later in the video. But this page right now, this is your offer page. That's what I call it, an offer page. It's more commonly referred to as a landing page or a sales page, whatever, but you're in my video, so it's called an offer page. And now I'm going to run you through some of the key elements that we really focus on in our funnels on our pages. So as an example, just so it's more makes sense conceptually, these are examples of pages that we've made for our clients. So these are our offer pages: raffle, SaaS, host a free raffle, Wayflyer, lead gen, that's a certain thing, and Eden Exchange, marketplace, list of business. So there's one clear call to action, and it's all driving to this offer. And on your offer page, there's typically 3 different components that you should think about, and we'll think about in this video. Number 1 is your offer. Number 2 is your guarantee. And number 3 is your copy. And I'm going to give you a rundown on each 3 of those elements now. So the first element we're going to go over for your offer page is, funnily enough, the offer. And at Persuasion Experience, we call this your golden hippo offer, yeah? We want to create something irresistible, value-packed, that if someone looks at it and they didn't take it up, it would keep them awake at night in cold sweats, or they wouldn't be able to feed their kids. Like, this thing needs to really speak to them and show them how they're going to achieve their dream outcome by taking up this particular offer. And the Golden Hippo offer is actually named after one of our favorite D2C direct response brands called the Golden Hippo. So feel free to go and check them out. Basically, your offer is the thing that somebody is signing up for to start that real relationship with your company. Are they becoming a lead? Are they becoming a user? You know, they might be like making a sale, but this video is more about leads and users for SaaS. And all of your funnel is going to be driving action to this offer. This is what the funnel is about, this offer, and getting people to take up this offer. So what you need is one really clear call to action. There shouldn't be a bunch of stuff going on when, oh, but we sell this and we do this and we do this. No, choose one thing that you're trying to get them to do. And then you can have funnels for other products and services. And you can have funnels on the back end of your main funnel to ascend people to purchase more. But your main funnel at any one time, one really clear call to action. So when you do offers right, you get to stand out from the noise, because a lot of people think you just need to be worried about your competitors, yeah? But actually, the war of attention means that our brains are having attention competed for kids crying, screaming, family issues, reality TV shows, things that are going to give us dopamine spikes, hilarious videos on the internet where lawyers accidentally rock up with a cat filter. I've probably got about 20,000 of the views on this video. Bills and other life issues. So the war of attention, and for you to get a client or a lead, isn't just you versus your competition. It's actually just you versus the world of distractions trying to get this person to do something. So basically, good luck if you have a really lame offer. Next, you can build a competitive moat around your company. If you get a good offer, it can't be replicated. People won't replicate it, and it will build a really awesome moat so that you can be standing on this island with your castle with rain coming from the sky, and your competitors can be really sad, just like this graphic I made all by myself in Canva. So it's important to know that an awesome offer and mediocre copy will make you money, but a boring offer and world-class copy will not. The best copy in the world cannot save a shit offer. So what you want to really do is figure out what is the most impressive, valuable, golden hippo thing that you can put in front of the target market that you want to bring in to stand out from the noise and get them to take action then and there when they see your offer. Next, this is the one that probably scares people the most. It's the guarantee. So in business, we know this, one party has to assume most of the risk. Is it going to be you as the business or me as the consumer? Who's taking on most of the risk? And the more risk we can eliminate, the more no-brainer that interaction's going to be to get you to get leads or sales coming on board with your company. So at Persuasion Experience, we call this a reverse the risk guarantee. And what you want to do is find the biggest risk of working with you and turn it into a guarantee. Absolutely obliterate the objection with a guarantee. And you might have a couple, you might have multiple, but if you can just have one, that's a pretty good start. Now, before you start tuning out and telling me your industry, you can't have one, or you're different, or some other excuse, because honestly, I've heard it all 450 times. I've had this conversation. Basically, if you can't back what you do and put your money where your mouth is, why should I? Why should I put my money and my risk in that if you're not even really willing to prove that you're the best in the market and you can get me the results that you're promising? So think about that. Why should I trust you if you're not even showing me that you can trust yourself to deliver the results? And you probably already have a guarantee, you're just not advertising it. A lot of people, if we said, hey, if someone said, I hated this was terrible, you did an appalling job, I'm so upset, most people say, oh, that's never happened to me. And I say, okay, well, what if it did? They'd be like, oh, give the money back. That's right, you would. So you do have a guarantee, you're just not advertising it. So if you want to figure out your guarantee formula, it's very simple. You will get transformation, dream outcome, result, guaranteed. And if not, we'll give you this blank. And how do you know if you have got a good guarantee? Basically, I know when I've got a good guarantee when I talk to a client and they go really right in the face and I'm like, oh, you're going to vomit in your mouth, aren't you? Because it freaks you out. You should have sleepless nights. It should make you feel like that because that's how you know you've made a good guarantee, that you've made an irresistible guarantee. And a lot of people freak out with digital campaigns like, oh, what if someone takes advantage of it? What if? Okay, it's not the back of a bus. It's not a billboard. If you get it wrong, log in to your WordPress or your whatever, and then just change it. Takes 2 seconds. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. So the next part of a high converting offer page that I'm going to talk about is the copy. So at a very high level, at a very basic level, there's often two different thoughts in copy, especially when I'm talking to clients. There's your branding copy, which is often what people put on their website, and that's not necessarily what should be all over your website. That's for a different video. And then there's direct response. So a lot of people really freak out and they're like, I don't want my sales copy to be salesy. And even though that's the point, I understand what they're saying because there is some very Americanized, traditional direct response copy that is very, very hardcore, which works in certain markets, but it's not for everybody. And it's definitely not for big brands that do need to keep that authentic tone of voice and that people are going to be interacting with other parts of their business online. So what we do is we actually call it brand response. So it's a beautiful little mixture of having that authenticity and that brand tonality and that personality of your brand, but also with copy that it does sell. That's just, it is what it is. It doesn't have to be cringy. It doesn't have to be like, but wait, there's more. If you do this, I'll send you some knives in the mail. No. So direct response just gets somebody to take an action. And we marry those two together and we call it brand response. So how we think about the copy and some of the common panels or sections we use on our pages. So we always try and think about the one belief to sell. What is this one belief that we want to sell on the page? We'll think about a paradigm shift. What are the false beliefs or the objections? If we can make somebody just have one paradigm shift, where are they now? What does that need to be? We think about the positioning and the differentiation. How can you stand out from the noise? And a lot of that is intertwined with that golden hippo offer. A really good way to think about it as well is this old way versus the new way. So for example, if I'm working in the finance space, I might be like client X versus traditional lenders. And it's a really cool way to juxtapose what you are and make it sound like a new and exciting way. Then we always make sure that we have bullets wherever we can, also known as fascinations, because then when somebody's reading through the bullets, you might have like a big panel of them, and one of those bullets is going to get somebody excited. We'll have a how it works section. We'll have a clear, unique system. We always think about educate them on the system, and then once somebody is sold on the system, like how they get it, and then you make it that you're the only one that has this system. So you want to show that you have a proven, repeatable system that you can help people with. The way that you do that is you typically show that you've done it for your business or you've done it for you, depends what industry you're in, but you show a lot of social proof, proven, repeatable system. You show that you have done the transformation many, many, many times. Then we'll often say, who is this for? This just helps with qualifying. Who is this for? We might have, who is this not for? And then we'll have some FAQs. Now, this is like pretty broad. It depends on the industry. It depends on the temperature of traffic. But these are some of the different things we're thinking about that can turn into the different panels that we have on our sales page. Now, I also want to say there's no such thing as copy that is too long. Just copy that is too boring. A lot of people say, oh, that copy is too long. It's too long. No, it's not. If it converts, who cares? Yeah, a lot of tests have been done between short copy and long copy, and often the copy outperforms both in traditional media, indirect mail, but also online as well. Because basically every element in your funnel is just going to be salesmanship in print or online or in words. Yeah, it's just your best salesperson distilled into a digital experience. And if you wouldn't limit your real life salesperson, don't cut words on your sales page just because you think it's too long. Because spoiler alert, none of your marketing is about you. Do not optimize for the ego. It's not about you at all. And you are not your target market. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, they wouldn't like this. Like, honestly, you probably don't know. And a lot of people do their marketing based on what they think, what they feel, and what they care about. And it's wrong because they're not their target market. I didn't come up with this, but it's also good to remember that a split test is worth 1,000 opinions. So if you have enough traffic to do one, or if you're trying to convince your manager or a business owner or someone to do something, just split test it and see what actually wins. It will often surprise you. And next, emails. So that is all the little different automations that we have in here, the little follow-ups and the nurturing, all through the map. And you take the information you now know about the target market and the interaction that they've had with you, because all the different emails are different, and figure out how to keep them moving down the funnel. Now, what's really important to remember is the purpose of the email and the different elements of the email. Number one is the subject line. The purpose of that is to get the email opened. So don't give too much away. This is by Jason Fladlin, Webinar King, and these are some of his subject lines as an example. They're meant to be irresistible, intriguing, exciting to get you to open it. So that's number one. Number two is you'll notice the email comes from a real person. So his company is called Rapid Crush, but the email comes from Jason, not from Rapid Crush. So it's best if you do have the emails coming from a real person and not a faceless company. As an example, this is one of these emails. And you can see that there's one clear call to action and it's super easy to read. And I know what this email wants me to do. So just remember the purpose of an email. The purpose of an email is to get the click. So it's not to sell everything. You're not trying to convince them to purchase in the email. The purpose of your email is to get them to click through to your offer page. Alrighty team, and that is it. They are all the different elements of a high converting funnel. Or are they? Well, there's a few little elements that we didn't talk about today. For example, a qualifying questionnaire, your thank you pages, different multi-channel strategies that you can intertwine, and even how to build out this funnel post-acquisition in the activation and the sales phase and beyond. So let me know for the next video what you want to see. Do you want more advanced tactics around how I do these funnels and how we think about funnels and examples? Do you want a little bit more 101 on funnels and copywriting? Just let me know if you want to do a deeper dive on any of the topics, or if you have any questions on funnels, on how to convert your traffic. Just leave your thoughts in the comments and I'll be checking them. I reply to them all and I can create a video to help you out. So thank you so much for watching, and make sure that if you enjoyed this that you hit the subscribe button so that you can get a notification when I launch some more videos. Thank you so much.